friends are. We really are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tracy.
Yes.
Find out who your friends are. I heard a story that you just randomly called up on the phone Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney and said, hey, come sing on this with me.
I did.
You really did that?
Yeah. I mean, we've been friends a long time, and I just finished the track in the studio. I mean, a lot of people have misconceptions that whole thing was done later after the album was almost finished. That was done like early on. I mean, when I had my scratch vocal done on the record, I was like, you know what? We've talked about doing something on a record for a long time. And I thought the lyric was perfect for us because we've been friends for years, and so I sent him a copy of it, picked the phone up, called him, and we picked out a date. That came about 2 weeks later. We got in the studio and knocked it out. No phone call was made to a record label. You know, it's better to get forgiveness than permission. So that's the route we took.
How important was that song to your career?
Oh, it was huge. You know, I've been blessed with a lot of big career songs over the years, and this one was definitely one of those really big impact songs that's going to be around for a long time. You know, and the biggest example of that is, what's this song, been out a couple of years now? There's no burn to it. People never get tired of it. It's going to be one of those staple songs that's going to be in the format for a long time. So, you know, helped me send my kids to college. It's a wonderful thing. So thank you, Tim and Kenny.
How are your daughters doing?
They're good. My baby girl just turned 5 the 15th of April. And you won't believe what she wanted for her birthday. She wanted a rat.
A rat?
She wanted a rat. Now, so I took her to the pet store. I was going to let her pick out. So I made her hold the hamsters and the gerbils and the chinchillas and all this stuff. She wanted the rat, so I got her the rat. It's a little white and beige rat. It's got pink eyes and a tail about that long. And the rat's name is Sugar. Okay, so let me set this up too. We have a rat named Sugar. We have a weenie dog named Honey. And last week, this little stray kitty cat showed up at the back door, so we named it Splenda. So we have Honey, Sugar, and Splenda.
It's like a whole diabetes family.
Absolutely.
Just getting ready to happen. It really is.
Too much sugar.
Your brand new single, Till I Was a Daddy Too, makes everybody that listens to it cry for the first time. You wrote that, is it just based on, you know, your personal experiences? Did you write it based on your friends' personal experience as well as your own? Drawing
from my friends, drawing from my relationship with my father growing up. And at the time, you know, this song's about 4 years old. I wrote it when my wife and I were still talking about having a third child. We have 2 girls. And so we were still kind of debating that whole thing. So I was kind of hopefully laying a little groundwork with her. But, you know, baby just turned 5, and after they get out of diapers, it's pretty much over. I don't want to go back through it either. So we've resolved to the 2 kids. So, but I think the message of the song is still great. And for anybody that's got kids, whether they're boys or girls, I think it's very powerful because your life totally changes. Kids definitely demand a bigger priority of you, and they really change the way you look at life.
What do you got going on the rest of this summer?
Wow, you know, it's a busy year. We just signed our 2nd act to the record label. Our 1st act just turned the final mixes in this past week. We will be coming with the first single off of him. His name is Michael Scott, probably in about 2 months after we get our research and do some groundwork. We just signed our 2nd act, a kid named Jared Lane out of Louisiana last week. I'm planning on going into the studio October, November with him. I'm going to the studio in July to cut my very first gospel album on myself, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
And heavy tour schedule, tons of dates. You know, by the first week of February this year, I had over 80 dates on the books already. And last year when we wrapped up, I told everybody I want to do about 80 or 90 dates. So that's pretty much out the window. We're on track for 120 to 130 again. So summer's going to be real busy. ACM Awards are coming up, and got a nomination for Find Out Who Your Friends Are for Vocal Event of the Year, so keep our fingers crossed for that.
Fingers crossed. Are you taking requests tonight?
I will, but you know, if it's something obscure, we probably don't know it. I got a couple of new guys in the band, and so we've still got a lot of back catalog to learn, but believe me, we're going to play about 2 hours, so I think we're going to touch pretty much all of it.
With 16 #1 hit songs, I mean, you could play for
We're going to be here for a while, I promise you.
All right, get up on stage. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you, darling. Good to see you.